What if I told you there are 3 unique traits in women men feel viscerally drawn to commit to and would risk almost everything to experience again and again? So if you've been struggling to create a deeply committed bond with a man and want to radically cut down the time and the BS it's going to take for him to finally express his love and claim you, or for you to define that he can't step up to the plate so you can move on, then this video is for you. If somebody came to me and said, I have 1 month to live and no time to waste, share with me the only 3 qualities, virtues, attributes that I need to step into so that I can create the strongest connection with a guy with the time I have left, these are the 3 traits that I would share. And the beauty about these traits is that if they are not present, the guy that you are intending to connect with, the guy that you dream about, will not fully commit to you and will take 10 times as long to make the decision. If they are present, if you're showing up this way day in and day out, and he's taking his sweet time, has cold feet, he's not doing what he needs to do, then you can make a much more informed and empowered decision to move on and connect with someone who will be able to give you that commitment and that connection. So the first trait that must be present for him to fully commit to you and only you, for him to make the decision, you're my chosen one, for him to easily step into willingly the commitment that you're seeking, is admiration. And this is a big word and it's a big experience. I'm going to take a little bit of time to express what I mean. Admiration is that force that a man needs to understand that he has earned your respect, that he has earned your trust, that he has earned your desire, that he has earned your commitment. Men have been trained through millennia to understand that they need to work for that which they have. So when a man gets to experience admiration from you, he feels like he's done something extremely right because you have standards and you wouldn't just admire any idiot. So the fact that you find him admirable makes him more valuable to himself. So here's the 3 things that happen when you admire someone. First thing is he feels validated as a man. He feels like the effort he's putting in, the things he's saying no to, the way he shows up, whether it's emotional connection, whether it's the practical things, whether it's the things he's done in his own time to become better and more gifted in whatever it is he's doing, have paid off. The second thing is that when you desire him, he knows the desire is a real thing. Here's why: because if you have desire without admiration, that is the hot bad boy that you met at the wedding that maybe had sex with and never really wanted to introduce to your friends and family because you feel ashamed of him, right? He understands subconsciously and consciously that for you to really desire him long term, you will need to admire him. And the third thing is it's going to uplift his own stance about himself. Men are much more insecure than we express. We're more insecure than we let out. Why? Because we've been trained also to not express emotion. But when he recognizes that a woman of value is admiring him, there's a part of him that feels uplifted by your view of him and makes his own view of himself a little bit higher up as well. In terms of admiration, there's 2 reasons why he may not feel admired. The first reason is because maybe he's not admirable. You haven't learned enough about him, so he hasn't shown up in such a way that you feel it merits your admiration. Second reason is because he's admirable, but you're playing games. And not because you want to play games, but because you feel like if you're vulnerable and express your admiration for him, that he's going to get to his head, or it's going to put you in a lower position, or now he's going to think that you want him more than he wants you. So playing games with admiration is one of those things that you feel at times might be protecting you. But I'm telling you right now, if the man you're with doesn't feel admired, he will not commit to you. Doing so would be emotional suicide. The second trait that needs to be present if you want to stop wasting time and have the guy much more quickly, much more viscerally, much more excitedly say, I choose you and only you, is going to be your inner fire. Here's the thing. There is a force inside of you that is equivalent in vibration to aliveness, to passion, to excitement, to a strong stance of, without even smiling, feeling of presence that you bring to the table that he cannot in the best of his days, create by himself. He can create many things, but that force you bring, that level of connection, that chemistry, that spark, that joy that is truly yours and uniquely yours is something that he craves. Why does he crave it? Because life as a man is very heavy in ways that you may not even understand. Not saying that life as a woman is not heavy, but we go through life with a sense of heaviness and a sense of anxiety and a sense of unworthiness and a sense of loneliness and a sense of having to carry shit on our shoulders that we don't have an escape valve to let things out. So we're carrying all these heavy things without being expressed. So a moment, a glimpse into the connection that you bring is sometimes all he needs to remember that life is worth living, that there's something more beyond his mundane experience, even if his experience is a good one. The playfulness that you bring to the table, also something that reminds him of his childlike essence, that allows him to be fun again, that to feel young again, regardless of what age he is. And the third reason why your inner fire is so powerful is because the beauty that is expressed through your inner fire, through your aliveness, is the most profound sense of beauty that you bring to the table. It's not physical in nature, it's something that's deeply innate. And it's a connection subconsciously for him to the divine. The beauty he sees in you is the beauty that connects him to something that you can't necessarily touch or measure, but his presence and his heart feels connected to. So when your aliveness is a window to divinity, if you want to call it that, and he feels that sense of magic that only consciousness like yours can bring to the table, then that's where you can enter the realm of doing less and being more. You can convince him, twist his arm, do ultimatums, or you can show up with the strongest sense of radiance you can bring to the table. And if he has it in him, if he's conscious, that's going to be a force that draws him in deeper into himself and deeper into giving and adding more value to you. Before I share the last and one of the most important traits that must be present for him to choose you and only you, if you're single and you're watching this video, I'd be willing to bet that you don't fully understand the true reason why you're still single. What I've done is I've taken 13 years of helping women attract their ideal life partners, put them together in a quiz you can take in about 60 seconds that will reveal to you the number one reason you're still single. Not the symptom, but the root cause. All you have to do if you want to get your answer is go to the first link on the description of this video. You will see a page that looks like this. Answer a few simple questions, and in 60 seconds, you'll have two things. Answer the question why you're still single, and a report that's going to show you the number one thing based on your specific blind spot you need to do starting today to attract the guy you want and not waste more time. Now, the third trait that must be present is limits. And what I mean by limits, you can call it boundaries as well. But here's what limits do. Limits allow him to fully, viscerally, sharply, with no questions, understand your value. Understand that you're someone he needs to respect. Understand he's someone he needs to take care of. Understand he's someone he needs to add value to. So there's three reasons why boundaries and limits are so important and necessary with men. The first one is because he is going to subconsciously and selfishly feel more valuable as a result with being with someone who has standards, which subconsciously means not any idiot could have gotten you. Someone more special, someone more gifted, someone more unique needed to step up to the table to be able to get you. So as a result of being with you, he is more valuable. Number two, well, if he's a valuable human being and he knows himself to be worthy, then why would he share that with just anyone? He wants to share that with someone who understands the truth of what she brings to the table and is willing to say no, or here's what I need to move forward. And I'm talking about boundaries for time, boundaries for physical connection, boundaries for dating, boundaries for sex, boundaries for moving in together, boundaries for getting married. You need to be clear about what those are so you can express them and he understands the boundaries with which he can move forward, how he can win, and also how he might need to step up. The third reason why this, for a conscious man, boundaries are so necessary is because boundaries will help him be a better man. Without the boundaries, he might lower into a lesser version of himself. So the fact that you have those boundaries and that he connects with you and he loves you and he wants to be a better human being, to be able to just really play his share, be a match to what you bring to the table, means that he is going to have to evolve and transform into a better man as a result of being with you. And subconsciously, he wants that, he craves that, and he needs that. Hope this is helpful and useful. If it is, it would mean the world to me and to my channel if you click like and subscribe. And if you want to continue learning how you can attract your ideal life partner without the need for gimmicks, manipulation games, or stupid techniques, make sure to go to the next video right now.